Hello friends, welcome to Englitminds. Today we will discussing on John Galsworthy's Part 2, Top 500 Most Important Series. When was John Galsworthy born? Option B, 14th August 1867. John Galsworthy was born 14th August 1867 in Kingston upon Thames. Kingston upon Thames, Surrey, England. This is the historical verified date widely accepted in literary studies. Next, which universities awarded John Galsworthy honorary degree in 1931? Option B, Oxford and Princeton. In 1931, Galsworthy was awarded honorary degree by University of Oxford, UK and Princeton University, USA, reflecting his international literary stature and late in his career. Next, under which pseudonym did John Galsworthy publish his early works? Option C, John St. John. Galsworthy published his early works such as From the Four Winds and Jocelyn under John St. John, a pseudonym he used before gaining confidence in his real name. What was the title of John Galsworthy's first published collection of short stories? Option B, From the Four Winds. Released in 1897 under the pseudonym John St. John, this was Galsworthy's doubt short story collection, marking his entry into published literature. Jocelyn, 1897, was his first novel, not a short story. A Man of Devon, published in 1901 under his real name. In this is a later collection, not his first. So option B is correct answer. Next, in which year Galsworthy published his first full-length novel, Jocelyn? Option A, 1897. Jocelyn was published in 1897 under the pseudonym John St. John, making it Galsworthy's first full-length novel and key milestone in his early career. 1904, he published The Island Pharisees under his real name, not his first novel. Next, which novel marked Galsworthy's transition to writing under his real name. Option C, The Island Pharisees. Published in 1904, The Island Pharisees was the first novel Galsworthy released under his real name, marking his shift from the pseudonym John St. John. Which novel introduced the world to the Forsyte Saga? Option B, The Man of Property. The Man of Property 1906 was the first novel in the Forsyte Saga, introducing the Forsyte family and its theme of wealth and possession. Next, which of the following is a play written by Galsworthy that deals with class injustice? Option A, The Silver Box, 1906. Galsworthy's first play explores class injustice by contrasting legal consequences for the rich and poor. Next, in which year was John Galsworthy awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature? Option D, 1932. Galsworthy received the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1932 for his distinguished art of narration, particularly in the Forsyte Saga. John Galsworthy declined a knighthood in which year? Option C, 1919. No, 1916 or 1918. I think this is disputed. Next, what was the name of John Galsworthy's wife? Option B, Ada Nemesis Pearson Cooper. John Galsworthy married Ada in 1905 after a long affair that began in 1895. Almost 10 years. Next, which organization did John Galsworthy serve as the first president of? Option B, PEN International. Galsworthy was founding president of PEN International in 1921, an organization promoting writers' rights and free expression. Next, what was Galsworthy's profession before he became a full-time writer? Option B, lawyer. Galsworthy trained as a barrister and briefly practiced law before turning to writing full-time. Next question. What was the reason Galsworthy did not attend the Nobel Prize ceremony in 1932? Option C. He was ill. Galsworthy was too ill and too old to attend the Nobel Prize ceremony in December 1932 as he was suffering from a brain tumor. Where did John Galsworthy spend the final years of his life? Option C. Bury, West Sussex. Option C. Galsworthy spent his final years at his home in Bury, West Sussex, where he died in 1933. Next, what happened to Galsworthy's assets after his death? Option B. Scattered to the winds. After his death in 1933, Galsworthy's assets were scattered over the South Downs in Sussex, per his, as per his wishes. Next, which of the following is an early work published under the pseudonym John St. John? Option A. A Man of Devon. A Man of Devon 1901 was one of Galsworthy's early works published under the pseudonym John St. John. Next, in which year was John Galsworthy called to the bar at Lincoln's Inn? Option B. 1890. Galsworthy was called to the bar at Lincoln's Inn in 1890 after completing his law studies at Oxford. Next question. During World War I, what role did John Galsworthy take up? Option C. Work in a home for disabled soldiers. During World War I, Galsworthy worked as a convalescent home in England for disabled soldiers, reflecting his humanitarian concern. Next, what unique habit did John Galsworthy have in his writing process? Option C. He dictated all his work. Galsworthy had a habit of dictating his works to his wife Ada or a secretary rather than writing them by hand. Next, what was John Galsworthy's first full-length novel? Option C. Jocelyn. 1897. Published under the pseudonym John St. John, was Galsworthy's his first full-length novel. Which of the following novels was the first to be published under Galsworthy's real name? Option A, The Island Pharisees in 1904. I think this is repeated question. Next, The Man of Property 1906 introduced which famous series? Option C, The Forsyte Saga. Which novel is considered Galsworthy's masterpiece? Option B, The Forsyte Saga. The Forsyte Saga, particularly its trilogy 1922, is widely regarded as Galsworthy's masterpiece. The Forsyte Saga 1922 consists of how many novels and interludes? Option A, 3 novels and 2 interludes. Three novels and 2 interludes. The includes 3 novels: The Man of Property, The Man of Property, and In Chancery. Too Late, and 2 interludes. 2 interludes. Indian Summer of a Forsyte and Awakening. Indian Summer of a Forsyte and Awakening. Next, which novel from the Forsyte Saga was published in 1921? Option B, Too Late. The White Monkey, The Silver Spoon, and The Swan Song, together from which trilogy? Option B, A Modern Comedy. These 3 novels, The White Monkey, The Silver Spoon, and Swan Song, constitute a modern comedy, a sequel to the Forsyte Saga. Next, what is the title of Galsworthy's third trilogy, also known as End of the Chapter? Option D, Maid in Waiting, Flowering Wilderness, Over the River. This trilogy, collectively known as End of Chapter, include Maid in Waiting 1931, Flowering Wilderness 1932, and Over the River 1933. Next, Indian Summer of Forsyte is an interlude in which series? Option B, The Forsyte Saga. Indian Summer of a Forsyte is an interlude between The Man of Property and In Chancery and in the Forsyte Saga. Next, in 1994, who wrote a sequel to the Forsyte Saga titled The Saga Continues? Option B. Slaka Dawson. Sequel in 1994, extending Galsworthy's Forsyte narrative. In Chancery, published in 1920, this is the second novel in the Forsyte Saga. Too Late, published in 1921, Too Late is the third and final novel of the original Forsyte Saga trilogy. Awakening is an interlude, 1920, in the Forsyte Saga, not a novel. The White Monkey, published in 1924, a modern comedy, not Forsyte Saga. Hardy was a Victorian novelist, died in 1928, and he had no connection. D.S. Lawrence, a modernist, died in 1930. Next, what was John Galsworthy's first play? Option B. The Silver Box. In 1906, was Galsworthy's first play, marking an entry into dramatic writing. Justice in 1910 is a later play. The Silver Box, 1906, was Galsworthy's depth play addressing class disparity. The Peasant, 1912, came after The Silver Box and other early play. The Skin Game, in 1920, is a much later work in his dramatic career. So, option B is correct answer. Next, which play by Galsworthy deals with poverty and class injustice? Option B, The Silver Box. Released in 1906, in play contrast the legal treatment of a poor thief and a rich one, directly addressing poverty and class injustice. The Peasant, in 1912, focus on compassion and moral dilemmas, not primarily poverty and class injustice. The eldest son, 1912, deals with family dynamic and social expectation, not a poverty explicitly. Option D, the Family Man, 1921, explores personal ambition and family, not class injustice, as a central theme. Next, so option B is correct answer. Which 1910 play by Galsworthy focuses on prison reform as the British justice system? Option B, Justice. Premiered In 1910, Justice critiques the British justice system and prison conditions influencing actual reforms. Strife in 1909 addresses industrial conflict, the prison reform, and the mob in 1914 deals with war and public opinion, not the justice system. And Escape last 1926 involves a prisoner's breakout but focuses on individual morality, not systematic reform, and it's later than 1910. So option B is correct answer, justice in 1910. Next, the play The Pigeon 1912 is thematically related to which of Galsworthy's novel? Option A, The Island Pharisees 1912 shares themes the social critic, compassion, and outsider perspective with The Island Pharisees 1904, both exploring societal hypocrisy. The Man of Property in 1906 focuses on materialism and family, not the moral and social outsider themes of the pigeon. Freelance in 1915, free 15, then 1915. Freeland addresses land ownership and rural issues less aligned with the pigeon urban compassion theme, and The Dark Flower in 1913 is a love novel. Explore love and obsession, not the social commentary central to the pigeon. Next, A Modern Comedy 1924 to 1928 is a sequel to which work? Option B, The Forsyte Saga. A Modern Comedy 1924 to 1928 continues the Forsyte family story from the Forsyte Saga 1906 to 1921. The Dark Flower 1913 is a standalone novel unrelated to a modern comedy. And option C, The Skin Game 1920 is a play, not novel, linked a modern comedy. Justice 10 1910 is a play, not a work of a sequel in a modern comedy. So option B is correct answer. Next, which of Galsworthy's play is a satirical trifle? Option B, Hallmarked 1914 is a one-act satirical comedy about social pretensions fighting the the description of a trifle due to its brevity and light tone. The Mob 1914 is a serious play about war and public opinion, not a satirical trifle. Is a serious play about war and public opinion. The Roof 1929 is a one-act play with a more dramatic focus, not satirical. Means more dramatic focus. Windows 1922 is a full-length play critiquing post-war society. Next, in which year was the Skin Game published? Option B. Option C. 1920. The Game premiered was published in 1920, addressing class conflict between old money and new wealth. Justice 1910. Justice. And 1914. The Mob. And 1916. Escape. Next, Escape 1926 is a play by Galsworthy that deals with option B, the life of an escaped convict. Premiered in 1926, Escape follow Matt Tennant, an ex-officer turned convict, exploring his life and interaction post-escape. And the British legal system. While Escape begins with a prison break, its focus is not systematic critique like Justice, but the convict's journey. Class struggle and in England, class is a recurring Galsworthy's theme, but Escape centers on individual morality, not class conflict. And D, a political revolution. The play has no revolutionary theme, is a personal narrative. So option B is correct answer. Next, which of the following is not a one act play by Galsworthy? Option B, The Eldest Son. The Eldest Son in 1912, not 20, is a full length play about family and duty. Is not a one act play. And The Little Man 1915 is a short satirical one act play. And The First and the Last this is also one act play in 1917. One act drama about guilt and justice. The First and Last, Guilt and Justice. And Punch and Go is 1919. Is a short satirical one act play. Next, which of Galsworthy's play was published posthumously in 1935? Option C, The Winter Garden. Is one act play published in 1935, 2 years after Galsworthy's death on January 31st, 1933. Windows 1922. During Galsworthy's lifetime, not his death time. The Move, published in 1914, and The Roof, 1929. This is also his during lifetime. British social drama transitions examples saw for his candidates themes like justice, escape, or class, the skin game could parallel works like Premchand Kafan, Distractors, the Mob Windows Challenge, Precise Recall is a key of exam skill. Next, what was the title of John Galsworthy's first poetry collection, published in 1912? Option C. Moods, Songs and Doggerels. Released in 1912, this is Galsworthy's first published poetry collection showcasing in his early poetic efforts. The Bells and Peace is 1921. This is a later collection. This is a later collection, not his first collection. Verses Old and New. The collection came out in 1926. Next, which poetry collection by Galsworthy was published in 1921? Option A. The Bell and of Peace, published in 1921. This collection reflects Galsworthy's post-World War first sentiments. Past, no such poetry collection by Galsworthy exists under the title. Iranity is a poem, not a collection, and appears in Verses Old and New, 1926. Next, Verses Old and New was published in which year? Option C, 1926. Verses Old and New was published in 1926, latter work in Galsworthy's poetic career. Nineteen 12 saw Mood, Song and Doggerel. Mood, Songs and Doggerel. And 1921, the Bell of Peace. Peace. And 1930, There is no major poetry collection. Which of the following poems was written by John Galsworthy? Option A, A Dream. A Dream is lesser known poem attributed to Galsworthy, fitting his poetic style. The Waste Land by T.S. Eliot, Thomas Stern Eliot. In 1922, this is a modernist masterpiece unrelated to, and this is not related to Galsworthy. The Second Coming by William Butler Yeats. William Butler Yeats. In 1919, this is another famous poem, not by Galsworthy, the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. And this is also written by Thomas Stan Eliot, T.S. Eliot. In 1915, means Prufrock पहले and Wasteland let. This has no connection to Galsworthy, so option A is correct answer. Next, which poetry collection of Galsworthy includes the poem Iranity? Option D, Verses Old and New, published in 1926. This collection includes Iranity, a poem reflecting Galsworthy's later poetic style. Mood Songs and Doggerels, 1912. This early collection predates Iranity and doesn't include its predates. The Bell and Peace, 1921. This collection focuses on war themes. Past is incorrect and option D is correct answer. The Silver Box 1906 illustrates which themes? Which theme? Option B, one law for the rich and another for the poor. The play contrasts the legal outcomes for a wealthy man's son and a poor woman's husband over a stolen gold watch. No, silver box. Exposing class based injustice. The conflict between science and religion. No, this theme is unrelated to the silver box, which focuses on social justice, not religion. Not religion, social justice. And the impact of war on society. Written in 1906, before World War I. This play doesn't add this war. The struggles of artists in society. No artists are central to the plot. The focus of the in on class disparity. So option B is correct answer. One law for the rich and another for the poor. What reason? Stolen silver box. Next, who among the following is not a character in the silver box? Option D. Dinant. Matt Dinant is a protagonist of Escape. Matt Dinant. Snow, he is a character. Snow is a detective investigating the theft in the silver box. Roper, he is a character. Roper is Barthwick's solicitor in the play, and John Barthwick, he is a character. John Barthwick is a key figure, a wealthy MP in the silver box. So, Matt Dinant is not a character in the silver box. Next, which of the following plays was written as a campaign to improve prison conditions in Britain? Option B. Justice. Premiered in 1910, Justice critiques harsh prison conditions, influencing reforms like reduced solitary confinement. The Fugitive, 1913, deals with personal freedom, not prison reform. And The Forest, 1924, explored colonial themes. The Show, 1921, focuses on family dynamics. Next, second last question. Justice 1910 focuses on the punishment of which central character? Option B. William Falder. William Falder, a young clerk who frauds a check, is the central figure in justice, whose harsh punishment drives the play's message. Christopher Welwyn. Welwyn is from the Pigeon. Pigeon. 1912. Not justice. And Colonel Hope. Hope from the mob. 1914. John Builder. Build. Family man. A family man. A family man. In 1921. So, central character William Falder. And last but not least, Escape. In Escape 1926, what crime did Captain Dinant commit? Manslaughter. Captain Matt Dinant accidentally killed a policeman, while defending a woman, leading to his manslaughter, conviction, and escape. Theft, denied crime is escape is not theft but related to a violent act. Murder, he was convicted of manslaughter, not murder, a distinction clarified in the play. Espionage, there no espionage. Their theme in Escape, it is a personal, not political and narrative. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. This video is very helpful for your examination. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe, like, share and share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to press the bell icon for all latest updates. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. Stay tuned for more informative content and make sure to hit the bell icon to never miss an update. See you in the next part. Until then, thank you. Thank you so much.